Подержите! Ready, move! Гагасмас! Тарас, держи! Держи его!
You have to call the underdog in the match. This blonde, 20-year-old from McLean, Virginia, John Brzenk.
Very cool, relaxed type of a competitor.
He's just an inch away, and that's it. The winner is John Brzenk.
Did you have any idea when you left home that you'd wind up world champion? You're still a rookie, 20 years old.
Yeah, I felt my chances were pretty good. I've been looking forward for this for about 2 years now. It feels great.
John Brzenk has definitely arrived in the sport of arm wrestling. This guy is unbelievable.
A lot of people haven't played football or played golf or played tennis, but I don't actually know anyone that hasn't arm wrestled.
This is competition. This is one-on-one competition.
One-on-one, they call your name up there, and it's you and your opponent.
Oh, the referee calls it. John Brzenk is the winner.
It's not blue collar, white collar. Everybody is in the sport.
This guy is unafraid to seek out the greatest arm wrestlers on earth. Sauer is put to the axe by this phenomenal Western athlete. John Brzenk wins again in Russia.
This guy is unbelievable.
Brzenk powers through the 600-pound cleave D.
10 years of dominance in the sport of arm wrestling, and still he reigns supreme.
Brzenk's legacy has lasted longer than any sport icon ever.
And he's probably technically one of the best arm wrestlers in the business.
Like Gretzky, Jordan, and Jeter, Brzenk has become a sports icon. Unbelievable!
В определенных состязаниях. То есть одним из состязаний был как раз тоже армрестлинг. Он тогда так не называлось. У нас, скажем, традиционно назывался рукоборье просто. Да. Если хочешь быть великим спортсменом, да, изначально. Если хочешь быть великим изначально спортсменом, да, тогда ты должен, значит, бороться как Джон Брzenk. Бороться либо на бицепс, или наверх, или или на бога, это не то. Вроде как Джон Брzenk был всегда за пример мне.
Ну, я думаю, выиграет. Это мое мнение.
Все, да. Ready, go, four, пошли. Давай. Тяните сильнее, сильнее, сильнее. Я сам хочу, быстрее. Сильнее! Сильнее! Сильнее!
Господи, помоги, а что я вот вообще просто, ну что я здесь делаю вообще? Лучше бы я дома лежал бы, ничего, ни о чем не думал, выпил бы пиво, положил бы с собой двух красивых девушек, лежал бы, смотрел в потолок и кайфовал бы от жизни, понимаешь? Что я здесь делаю, чего? Ну, когда уже отборешься, понимаешь вообще, для чего ты это вообще, для чего ты это делаешь. Это кайф, да, свой определенный.
competition today.
Let's go.
Do I have any competition today?
No competition. You might as well go home. This is the winner right here.
The biggest thing I like to do when I win in arm wrestling is to show how great it is, you know, because I want, you know, the rest of the people to strive to have that same feeling that they perceive that I'm feeling. And to tell you the truth, I love it.
Straighten it. I'm already straight. Straighten it.
No.
Christian, what you
I'm not, he's pulling me.
You gotta come to the
I'm not doing anything.
You felt it. Good call. That's a good call.
Don't do that. Wrestle fair. Don't pull me away from the table.
Turn your grip. Turn your wrist around.
Hey. Pulling my arm away. Ready, go! You got me.
It's pretty amazing because I feel like 99% of the time, the guy next to me is waiting to lose. He's already decided that when he gets his name called and Travis Bajan is on the other side of the table, very few of them really attack me with 100% of what they're capable of.
Been on wrestling for 5 years. 7-time national champion. Bad dude, man.
Why you so bad, man?
Just a bad, I just got it, man. It's total package, man. I'm pretty, fast, and strong.
John Brzenk represents every, you know, the holy grail of arm wrestling. He is, you know, the past, the present, the future. He's everything all rolled into one when it comes to arm wrestling. It's kind of unfair that he holds all titles.
Hey, I'm gonna chase John. I'm gonna try to, I need to pull him, you know, some more to try to, you know, get schooled a little bit before because I'm gonna take it over. I'm taking over.
How's the hand?
Oh, what?
Crack now? I was branding cattle in Nevada 2 weeks ago, and I got kicked hard. Yeah. And I don't know.
You always injure me, though. You need to pull really, really
Well, I just
light.
want to grip up, because I don't think it's going to hurt to pull, but the gripping up. I probably met John 13 years ago at a practice down in Salt Lake City. John would just come over once in a while and just use us like pawns. I mean, one right after another. Just took a lot of ass whippings for a long time.
I don't want you pulling real hard, though, either. I've doubted myself now for the last 4 or 5 years. I'm not the same guy I was where I could say, yeah, 2 classes, 3 classes, I'll pull them all, you know. I don't have that confidence anymore. I know that gap has closed up quite a bit. There's a lot of guys that can give me a good match where I just can't breeze through them. So. Not that I wouldn't be able to, but there might be a chance that it wouldn't happen.
We've both been talking about retiring for about the last 2 years, but you know, it's more mental retiring because we know we're old, we know we're a little beat up. How do you draw that line of retiring when you're on top compared to retiring when you're starting to take 3rd and 4th? You know, I assume John's thinking the way I am. If I'm still winning, why get out? You know.
Arm wrestling, or wrist wrestling as it was formerly known, dates back to ancient time. In those days, military commanders would choose the best arm wrestlers to be their leading soldiers. Since then, arm wrestling has been practiced throughout the world, in every country. In 1954, the first organized professional arm wrestling tournament took place in Petaluma, California. Soon after, the World Arm Wrestling Championships was aired on ABC's Wide World of Sports and was its highest-rated segment from 1969 to 1985. In Europe and other parts of the world, the popularity of Sylvester Stallone's film Over the Top allowed the sport to grow extensively. Russia, India, Japan, and much of Eastern Europe provided government-sponsored subsidies and allowed arm wrestling to become a high school elective. Today, there are over 125 countries that compete in arm wrestling events around the globe, and it will be an exhibition sport in the next Olympic Games.
I got 15 United States titles. I have national titles in the 220-pound class, 242-pound class, super heavyweight class, and the masters classes. 500 pounds. The king. There you go, Travis, eat some Wheaties.
You can't talk to John until you beat Dave. Dave Randall is the king, you know, the super heavyweight king of the East Coast. Talked all this shit about being the best arm wrestler in the world, knowing wholeheartedly that, you know, this Dave Randall guy does exist. There's still a few monsters overseas. And then, of course, there's John Brzenk. No, John Brzenk's up there. But I think the 3 or 4 guys that lead up to him are definitely, you know, within my sights. I'm gonna crack that dude, man. That big guy's not snatching me up by the back of my head anymore and shaking me and asking me who my daddy is. Those days are over for Dave Randall.
Travis, the king.
He's a little guy, huh?
Has he been talking bad about me all week?
Yeah, pretty much. Let's talk bad about you for a few years.
Yeah, I know it.
I got something for that cat. You wait. Oh, I'm gonna stop right. Look, just like it.
You got John Thorns, the guy out of Virginia?
Hey, let me tell you something. I'm going to the finals right off the bat. I hope you make it to me.
Good.
At least by the time I get the rest, I'd be good Saturday night.
I told you he ain't much bigger than me.
He's not much taller.
We weigh about the same thing. I weigh 291.
Did you?
Yeah, dressed, I mean.
Right. That's about it, yeah.
You weighing that much?
No.
Closer.
I'm 273.
there.
All right, man, I'll see you in the morning, man. Good to see you, sir. Yeah, good luck to you. I hope you get to me.
I'm gonna try. You have to go into a match with confidence. I feel if I go up here, if the referee does their job and I do my job, I feel I win. I will keep feeling that way because I have beat him about every time we ever pulled. But Travis is a very, very good puller. And as I've said before, if he doesn't get injured and he trains, he'll be the man eventually. But hopefully right now he's not.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the stage has been set. We're about to begin one of the most important arm wrestling competitions in the world, and it's going to take place right now on the main stage here at the GNC Show of Strength. If you have never seen an arm wrestling tournament, you must come over and witness this.
Table number 2, men's 95+ kilos to the table. David Randall and Travis Brzenk. David Randall is on your right, Travis Brzenk will be on your left. Neither one of these gentlemen have a loss. Shoulders squared, hands centered in the middle of the table with the wrist straight. Travis Brzenk, the winner. Travis Brzenk is the winner. David Randall takes second.
нормальное место здесь. А давай, чтобы они там особо не ходили, давайте здесь сядем. It's beginning of my professional career. Ага, Finland. Скажи, 2000 год, что-то я с числами не могу, да?
2000.
2000 year. It's Russian championship medal. 4 international wrestling tournaments, World Tour, World Wrestling Cup, Open category. So I have 1 Zloty Tour and 3. Yes. It's my first international tournament. Wow. Beauty.
Finally, a word to the wise. If you ever run into a fella named John Brzenk, whatever you do, don't arm wrestle with this guy. It's time for John Brzenk to go to work.
We do what they call a walk-around. We walk around the airplane, make sure that everything's kosher, there's no damage caused by birds or leaks or anything of that nature.
Welcome to Japan.
Oh, でかい。これがでかい。でかい。Big hand.
Big fat head.
But big face. Yeah, me too. Me too. Go.
ブルザンクの名前は日本でもアームレスリング関係者では、名前が広く知られててとても人気のある選手で、その彼を呼ぶことによって、アームレスラー、日本のアームレスリングのレベルアップとアームレスラーの増やすこと、この2つのことを考えて呼びました。
Today I'm going to be pulling one of Japan's best arm wrestlers. I've pulled Yoshi 3 other times. If I can't deal with his back pressure in his hand, then I might try to hook him first and then top roll from there.
ジョン・ブルザンクがいてくれることによってすごい僕にとってのアームレスリングをする励みになってますね。
At the age that he's at and what he's been doing and from my experience with Yoshi, I can't let the match last very long because he has incredible endurance and the longer the match goes, the worse off I'll be. So it's going to have to be quick.
とりあえず今はジョン・ブルザンク以外に興味がないっていうか、強い選手はいっぱいいるんでしょうけど、僕より強い選手もいっぱいいると思いますけど、今はジョン・ブルザンクにしか興味がないですね。
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the arm wrestling event of the century. アームレスリング界の神様、ジョン・ブルザンク選手。And we're ready to begin with the match. Brzenk has a good hit as he tries to top round Yoshi. And this time, we are going to the straps. And the contestants come back to the table. And they get strapped up for the rematch. Brzenk with a huge hit and a tremendous side pressure. Yoshi fighting with all he has. Brzenk is just an inch away from victory. As Brzenk takes a breath, Yoshi has a huge surge and takes the advantage. Yoshi pumps Brzenk toward the pad. Jun turns in reposition, taking the edge away from Yoshi. Brzenk, with only his wrist leading, pushes Yoshi to the pad. And the foul is called on Yoshi. Yoshi sits up. Brzenk crushes him. Brzenk wins. Brzenk
Why pulling? Pulling comes from the act of pulling the opposing arm wrestler toward you. There are 3 basic techniques. The top roll. With your knuckles facing your opponent, bring your thumb down towards the table. The hook. Curl your wrist inward and try to place your hand into your shirt pocket. The shoulder roll. Lift and place your shoulder behind your forearm while driving your arm towards the table. It's like a hammer coming down. A jump start or lifting your elbow up off the pad will get you a foul. 2 fouls and you lose. Slip out and you'll be forced to strap up. All participants are divided into 3 different weight categories: middleweight, heavyweight, and super heavyweight. The winner of each weight category compete against each other to be the overall class champion.
This is my dad's business establishment, Billy Jack's Bar and Grill. It's kind of a mecca for what's left of arm wrestling in West Virginia. My dad's a very spiritual, strength-oriented person. Thinks a lot of arm wrestling, powerlifting, just anything having to do with having some strong body part. He's very in tune. He was a very powerful man himself, so I started coming over, hanging out on Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays when I was 15 and 16. I arm wrestled, you know, probably 3,000 matches a night. I'd lose all but one maybe or something. I'd finally find somebody to beat. And then at 17 and a half years old, I came in here, and both of my older brothers were here. And I think that was the first time my dad was like, damn, because I got up there and I beat him in here that night. And from then on, I never lost again in here, you know, or any of the surrounding areas, you know, like I was pretty much the dominant force when it came to arm wrestling.
There's the man.
What's happening? What's happening?
There's the man, Travis.
This is my dad, Jerry Boyd.
This is a little small town in no place on a side street. I mean, and you're coming in and you're walking into the epitome of an arm wrestling atmosphere. The epitome. You can travel in every state and every place across America, and it's not going to be any more love and any more devotion showed to it than what we do.
There's me and John in California. Even at my own dad's place, I can't escape the man.
John Brzenk is an outstanding human being. Us people over here in West Virginia have a lot of respect for the John Brzenk legend. He has a lot of titles and he's held a lot of glory. Back in the 40s and 50s, I ran into a guy that was a one-arm arm wrestler because he had his arm cut off. And I was just like 6 or 7 years old. And he's the one that started me arm wrestling, okay? He was not born strong like his dad. I was born picking up big rocks in the playpen. He couldn't even get out of the playpen. He's probably one of the weakest persons I ever seen till he was 14 years old. He could not even do a push-up without going lopsided, okay?
Man, he always said that, though. That ain't true.
He was created from almost nothing, all right? And I actually surprised myself, all right, that I could take something so less and end up so high. You can be the weakest human walking the earth, man or woman. And if you have the character that he has, which most people don't have that, there's no limit to what you can do. There is no limit to how strong a human man can be. And it's a disgrace to see a human being grow old without ever recognizing how strong he could be. And that's not just my belief.
Come on, Jerry. You know you can still act, Jerry. Come on,
I think that he's probably going to go down in history like the great Mo Baker in my times, the great John Brzenk of his times. I think that he will measure up to that plus some, plus some.
I was born in a town called Elgin, Illinois. Growing up, my brother Bill and I didn't have a lot. My parents were separated, and my mother worked as a waitress. As I got older, I moved in with my dad, who owned a bowling alley. I lived upstairs in the apartment of the bowling center. One of the small rooms was set up by my dad to lift weights. If I was bored, I'd work out. When I was 13 years old, my dad introduced me to the strength sport of arm wrestling. The great thing about arm wrestling is that it gave me a chance to spend time with my dad. It took years for me to beat my dad. But finally, by age 18, I had surpassed him and moved on to bigger and better challenges around the world.
John Brzenk from McHenry, Illinois.
Yes, Brzenk is a very young boy. I think he's only 18 years old. He is a serious competitor, and he tries to use what we call the top row style.
Oh, the referee calls it. John Brzenk is the winner.
If I wanted to be the best, I had to beat Johnny Walker.
Yeah, Johnny holds many titles.
He was my ultimate goal. He was the arm wrestler I looked up to after my dad.
Everybody was training to try to beat me. Everybody was coming to me with everything they had, you know.
Johnny Walker is a legend. He was built for arm wrestling. At the time, I would beat everyone except for him. He had my number.
I used to beat John Brzenk all the time when I first started arm wrestling. Every year, I go back, I could feel him. He was coming on, you know, he was coming up. Eventually, he started beating me.
But by the time I reached 22, I never lost to him again.
John Brzenk is totally awesome. That guy, man, is tough. He got just as much respect for me as I have for him. Because we both, at one time, was two of the top guys in arm wrestling. Well, he still is.
He had a certain technique that he uses. You couldn't get around it, you know. He knew something that I didn't know, and he just started beating me, you know. So that's the way it was.
I was becoming confident and coming into my own when the over-the-top tournament came along.
This event is being done in connection with Sylvester Stallone's next film. This is going to be the biggest sports promotional tie-in that has ever been done with a major motion picture.
Still quite young in the sport, I thought I could win this event. And I did win. I won this massive truck that I eventually sold and replaced with a Corvette. I even made an action figure of me, and I got to be in the movie. The movie brought so much worldwide attention to the sport that I thought arm wrestling would finally be put on the map. But it didn't work out that way.
I was born in Ukraine. Как там сказать, 1980 год 9 мая. Вот. In village Калиновица. Вот. И, значит, after year of my born, I come in Sochi.
На персидских на коврах утопаем мы в мечтах, словно в мягких облаках. Мы вдвоем с тобой. Ты целуешь руки мне, нежно шепчешь тише.
Russian lady love gold, silver, money.
Like money.
But very little percent Russian women like men's. Strong men's, liking men. Объясни, что действительно на настоящих мужиков.
Many girls like money more than just men.
Ну ладно, что ты? Лёх, другой один.
Да ладно, мне нормально, чё. Когда испытываешь экстремальные ощущения, да, потом организму необходима та выработка адреналина, да, вот, которую человек испытывает при этих видах спорта. Понимаешь? И поэтому, если человек начинает заниматься экстремальными видами спорта, то это затягивает в этот вид спорта, потом в следующий и так далее и тому подобное. Экстремальщик, если он появился на свет, то он и умирает экстремальщиком. Когда я буду с Брzenком бороться, получу.
job right now makes $70,000 a year, but I told you how I feel about that. I mean, I worked for 3 years right out of college. The only thing I learned is that I just think that working for someone is the worst idea known to man. I just want to live free. In other words, I want my house. I don't want any monthly payments on the house or any of my vehicles, which I have that already. So I'm about $120,000 liquid away from having my house paid free. I never had running water up here. I left here in 9th grade without running water. So from my kindergarten to 9th grade, no running water.
How'd you shower?
We just had buckets of water. We'd carry them, drop them off, put them in a pan, warm some up, add it to it, wash off. And then some sophisticated people had a big ass tub that they'd fill water up. But we didn't feel like carrying all that water. So we just took enough to, and then we'd go in town on the weekends to like my cousin's house or somebody, and we'd be taking showers, like 15 showers a day. No one knew. Except for the 4 of us, and we kept it a secret amongst each other. None of us ever brought friends home. Got a little camera crew for you. Enjoy yourself today. Every Sunday, the whole extended family would meet here. We'd eat fried chicken or ham or something every Sunday.
You gotta put the green beans separate, the corn separate now. It's stupid, man.
It ain't like it used to be.
Yeah.
We was living worse than anybody, but we was living happier than anybody, too. We ain't have no problems down
We
here.
was poor, but we was happy. He's a wimp. He might be tough now, but he was when he was a kid.
I ain't never been no whip.
You wouldn't, Travis. Josh beat you up.
Man, are you nuts? You got a bad memory. All right, let's go down here and see what's going on. Well, it's good to see you, lady.
Glad to see you. You gotta come back down and see me now.
That'd be great if you did. That way we can...
Travis, bring your wife down with you.
I will.
Oh, who's that, Mama? Don't.
Yeah, well, they quit everything altogether. He's gonna retire.
But I'm just not physically capable right now to get back to where I was. But we'll give it a little bit more time and see if it comes around.
When you're number 1 for so long, it's hard to accept being number 2 or number 3 or number 1 once in a while.
I think about how I'm going to deal with giving the sport up. You know, how I'm gonna bow out of the sport.
Are you open?
You know, for the last 20 years, I think I've thought about arm wrestling at times 24 hours a day. I mean, it's always constantly on my mind. And I'm hoping my second win's gonna arrive here any day now, and then I'll be able to start working out and arm wrestle the way I used to arm wrestle. Either that or quit.
If you're going into an arm wrestling match against someone you don't know, especially someone with these high credentials like Alexei Vovoda, it's very intimidating, and it's a real gut check when you hear that this potential phenom is exposing you truly. Yeah, but if I shave, man, I'm gonna look too good. I don't wanna look so good. I don't wanna look that good, because I might lose. I've seen him arm wrestle 3 times, back to back to back, in every match. It looked like he was the most incredible human being that ever lived.
Alexei
Untouchable. He takes John Germanis, just like it.
Well, I'd like to see you do something with it.
They want me. Then why would y'all send me to conquer this fucking beast?
Because you're a fat bastard if you pulled your normal weight.
Tell me, are you bowing down to me and I'm your representative? That you want to pull this guy? Am I the fucking guy? Am I not the guy?
You're the only one that's here. You and Eric go off.
Am I not the guy that you want to pull this fucking guy right now?
You gotta go do it, brother.
Am I?
You gotta go do it.
Good luck. Alexei Vovoda is one of the most powerful individuals that I've ever seen. He's a young man. He's got tremendous tools for the game.
My opinion, Voivoda is all the way, you know, he's gonna win. He has very, very good anatomic strength, and then he's also smart.
Monster.
No disrespect to Travis, I wouldn't put him in the same league of power as Alexei at this stage. But again, young man, a lot of potential, a lot of weapons, and the world at his feet.
Well, about Voivoda, you gotta do what you
Just
gotta
do your thing.
Yeah.
I've been beat before. I know how that feels.
Don't be a loser here.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah. Just know one thing, you have nothing to lose. He's the best already. So you have something to gain, but nothing to lose.
Right.
Referees lined up for the World Championships in Ottawa, Canada. 6 tables, more than 1,000 athletes. They came from around the world to test themselves in the ultimate arm wrestling championships.
Dude, I don't think he can beat me right here.
This is the match of the day, the Super Heavyweight Championship of the World.
Alexei Voivoda, the Russian athlete, is certainly the favorite for this match. Travis Brzenk is undoubtedly the underdog.
Brzenk approaches the table now, and you can see by the look in the eyes that
They want this very, very badly.
Alexei Voivoda, his usual calm, focused self, the athletes shake hands and step back momentarily before they commence battle. Brzenk shaking down, limbering up, warming himself, getting himself set. He knows that speed is a weapon against the stronger Russian. Doesn't want to engage with the eye contact there. Brzenk looking straight down at the table. Voivoda stands statuesque in the center of the table. The elbows go down now and the grip commences. We're in the referee's grip.
A huge hit, massive hit to the top row. The athlete's slip, we're going to go into the straps.
The nervous energy will be immense on these two athletes now. The straps favor the power man.
Watch for the power of Alexei Voivoda as the strap is applied. The Russian athlete is a dominant force in super heavyweight arm wrestling. Ready. Huge hit, and he breaks back the hand of Alexei Voivoda. Driving down with the side pressure. He takes the power away, and Brzenk has done the impossible. He is the new super heavyweight champion of the world. And you wonder whether he now has focused on a new man that nobody has yet managed to break through. That man is Brzenk. And Travis Brzenk may have just got him in the crosshairs. What a huge upset! What an enormous blow to Alexei Voivoda. He came to Ottawa as the dominant super heavyweight champion of the world. And is this the blow that he cannot recover from? Alexei Voivoda has been hammered here in Ottawa.
I know John Brzenk. Travis Brzenk. Ни разу, почти ни разу. Проиграл только в 2001 году проиграл один раз, и все. Ну, конечно, меня опустили, конечно, вспоминаю, что нифига себе. Ну, как бы это же неприятные воспоминания, соответственно. С неприятными, соответственно, нет. От Тревиса остались совершенно позитивные эмоции, кроме тех эмоций, вот когда он испытывал, вот когда выиграл меня. Тревис очень сильный парень, вопросов нет. Как бы я не считаю это, значит, недоразумением, то, что он меня выиграл, он достойный парень. Как бы тут такого нету. Как бы, если человек выиграл, значит выиграл. Если проиграл, значит он проиграл. Выиграл, значит чемпион. А вы сегодня в спортзале увидите. Говорит.
That is a real champion.
That's right.
He's the best arm wrestler.
He's the best arm wrestler.
Don't forget it.
Don't forget it.
Like to treat people like children. And I treated Alexi like a little child. What's up, man, here? You see it?
Yeah, he's destined to be at that level.
See it dangling from the champ's neck?
John Brzenk did that in his times, which has ended. You know, it's time for another Prince on the Mountain. Before you're a hero, you're zero, that's all. And that changes in 1/100ths of 1 second, of 1 day, of 1 hour, of 1 minute. And then you're not perceived that way anymore. And then the pressure really comes on you, okay? That's 3 times more pressure than trying to beat the guy that's #1. And every step you take, man, you go and I walk it with caution, because you know they're out there to grab the glory. Heroes go back to zeros, man. Just like zeros go to heroes. This is just the beginning of what he's going to achieve. I'm telling you that right now, so that 5 years from now you can say, well, old Big Arm's gone now. He's nothing but a headstone with 2 cross arms on it, okay? And then you'll say, well, he knew what he was talking about. I will guarantee you that I know that I know that I know what I'm talking about.
Мы находимся на базе рыболовной, вот, рыболовной, тут, короче, и как бы здесь, в принципе, проходит охота на уток, вот. Честно говоря, здесь первый раз еще, я здесь еще не был, я был во многих местах, но здесь не был.
Где женщина бросит? Какой тяжелый.
Очень большое значение имеет. Просто ты когда ближе к природе, понимаешь, в человеке просыпаются какие-то животные инстинкты, природные там эти силы, как бы, понимаешь, он начинает чувствовать по-другому, думать, понимаешь, мыслить. И, скажем так, здесь, значит, нам никто ничего, значит, не навязывает, нам, значит, здесь нет телевидения, здесь есть просто я и природа, понимаешь, то есть... Пусть он тут половил, и это и съел же, понимаешь, то есть это, значит, возвращает тебя туда, в те далекие времена, где люди были, значит, гораздо, значит, сильнее, чем сейчас, вот, и это дает мне дополнительных сил.
Тебя жизнь, я люблю тебя.
Несмотря на все трудности и невзгоды, которые у нас сейчас происходят в стране, у нас хватает генетического потенциала у наших людей, чтобы у нас вот такие юноши, вот такие герои выходили на мировой подиум и занимали там ведущие места, популярность и признательность. Значит, этот тост я поднимаю в честь тебя, в честь твоего здоровья, в честь твоих побед, чтобы всегда, когда ты выходил на ринг или на стол, противники падали от того, что русский богатырь выходит.
Ну, я ничего не знаю уже.
Леша, это тост за тебя, за твое умение, за твои муки, потому что это великий тяжелый труд.
Да.
За наших героев. Ну, душенька, терпи, заливаю.
I told myself last year that I wasn't gonna go after the big guys anymore. That was gonna be my way out of competing at the level that I've been competing at. To continue participating in the sport, but to stay in my own weight class, not to go after these Voivodas from Russia and Travis Bajans. I mean, that's hard though, especially when I've been known to be the giant killer. There's always the talk, oh, you should see this guy. This guy is unbelievable. He's unbeatable. He's unstoppable. He just crushed so-and-so. He just crushed, you know, and well, I've heard that with Voivoda. And then, you know, Travis beats him in Canada. So I'm going to go to Poland not having a clue how bad or how dominant I might be. So, I mean, Voivoda might be just ungodly, twice as strong as I'm expecting. Even now, I feel a little vulnerable. I don't want to get in a long, hard match. I'm going to need a couple of good setups with some quick wins to get in a good physical and mental frame of mind to win.
He is a super heavyweight, a man whose mouth is as big as his bicep.
Travis Bajan. 15-time national champion, 3-time champion of the world.
I'm 6'3", 260, big, strong, pretty, with a gang of confidence. I've trained harder, I want it more, and I'm smarter than you.
You are the man. Stand up for Travis Bajan.
Watching the tape, you're like Charles Barkley of arm wrestling.
Charles Barkley ain't got nothing on me. I'm the man. John Brzenk, he's the best arm wrestler in the world. I mean, there's a lot of people, including myself, that feel that we're the best. It's just we can't really say that to anyone until we get done going out there and taking it from them. Beating John is a huge deal in my life. It's like a very important stepping stone that, you know, that I feel that needs to happen. And that's why you have to beat John to become the best arm wrestler. That's the only concern on my brain. Crushing John.
John will win, unfortunately for you. His mental psyche is still there. And when you hit him and you get into a position, you're gonna feel like, fuck.
I'm tired of everybody saying he's not beatable. Let me explain something to you. He is definitely beatable. I believe in myself a lot more than anyone else does, at least thus far. John Brzenk. Man, he gotta go down, doesn't he? The only way I can win is to really use everything that I have. Mentally, physically, everything.
Конечно, думал. Прежде всего, в принципе, да, не то, что одолеть Джона Брзенка, там, просто с ним побороться. Интересно, живая легенда, там, снимался в фильме, там, этот, Over the Top. Сказать, что я его одолею, я бы не стал говорить этого, понимаете?
А вы туда, в бок, чтобы я вот это вот почувствовал. Движение. Сейчас покажу.
Так что посмотрим, что покажет. Ну, конечно, желание, конечно, с ним побороться у меня изначально было, когда я начал заниматься.
Второй камень.
Я сам удивлен, честно говоря, когда с ним начал работать. Я не представлял, что можно такие веса поднимать. Я сам бывший спортсмен, я был в составе сборной России. После поражения еще сильнее становится человек, опытнее. Вот он приехал, больше тренироваться стал, чем до этого.
Ну, я знаю, кое-какие слабости у него есть тоже. То есть это просто, это же ведь тоже человек, как бы, да, такой же, как и я. У всех у нас есть свои слабости.
Пожалуйста, подождите. А куда ты ее ставить будешь? А мы вот сюда положим.
Поражение сильных людей еще сильнее делают.
Сейчас я расскажу одну, значит, маленькую даосскую мудрость. Расскажу, переведешь, хорошо? Many time ago, ну, в общем, давно шел наш монах по лесу. Вот. Шел он, короче, у него были свои мысли определенные там. Вот. И из леса, значит, выбежал набежал, значит, на него тигр большой. Вот. Ну, значит, монах его увидев, испугался и значит, начал от него убегать. Он бежал, значит, тигр его когда уже почти настиг, да, значит, монах бежал до обрыва и упал в обрыв. Он покатился, значит, в обрыв покатился и, значит, зацепился, значит, за куст ежевики. Да, у него, значит, руки болели, потому что она была в иголках ежевика, да. Но он, значит, он дальше не падал. Ну, как только он хотел опустить руку, да, свою от ежевики и, значит, просто скатиться, значит, дальше по склону, он увидел, что внизу его поджидает второй тигр. Вот. И он, значит, не знал, что делать. И, значит, самое правильное, значит, решение, которое он принял, да, он просто, значит, находясь в такой ситуации, он взял этот, а там был, на этом кусте была одна единственная ягода. Вот. Он взял ее, съел, да, и она была, ну, там, знаешь, как описывается, она была так хороша, как никогда вообще в его жизни. Понимаешь, вот смысл притчи в чем? Вот тот тигр, от которого он убегал сначала, это его прошлое. Понимаешь? Тот, которого ждал внизу, это будущее. А вот этот куст ежевики, это настоящее. Да, оно иногда колет, но то же самое оно как бы, значит, приносит свои определенные плоды, понимаешь? Действительно, значит, у них есть такое понятие, как здесь и сейчас живи, правильно? То есть отрекись от прошлого, от будущего, понимаешь, живи настоящее, понимаешь? То есть здесь и сейчас. То есть смысл думать о том, что будет, иначе.
I feel much better than I have in a long time. My elbow isn't bothering me as much, and I've been training harder and my body is responding better. I'm now excited to go to the Zloty tournament in Warsaw. I'm looking forward to competing for the middleweight title. And of course pulling against the super heavies, in particular Travis and Alexei for the open class title.
The Zloty Tour in Warsaw, Poland is going to tell the truth. It's our Super Bowl, and all the events leading up to this have made this the very best tournament in the world. I think that 209-pound John Brzenk is in trouble against Travis Brzenk, very much in trouble. I'm eager to find out if I am the man, eager, and excited, and ready to be the man. So we're going to find out in Warsaw. This Zloty Tour is a big deal.
If I destroy everybody tomorrow, I'll be happy, but it'll let me down. Then I start thinking again, how long am I going to continue to do this? Part of me wants to win, and part of me wants to see somebody else win. It gives me something to maybe shoot for. It's been a long time since I've had to go back home and focus on somebody.
How you feel?
No? Bigger than you.
Oh, I see that. How you doing, Travis? Young. Oh, nice to meet you.
I thought you were going to be big when you came here.
Oh, man, I'm huge, man. I'm so big, Ron ain't ate since arm wrestling.
Со мной? Поехали.
How you feeling?
I'm good, really good. But I don't understand why Travis said, what he beat me. John, world champion. Travis, monster. But if you say what he beat me very easy, it's not wrong, because it's not good, because my... Извините, пожалуйста. Скажи, что вообще, в принципе, вот если, значит,
человек до соревнований, значит, такие вещи, значит, говорит, у меня о нем мнение меняется. I think I'll be okay.
I'm gonna go right up to him, lean over the table. That'd be it. That'd be it.
And here we go, the Zloty Tour Professional World Cup in Poland. This is the pinnacle of professional arm wrestling. The very best will match up here today. And of course, here is the legend, John Brzenk, today in the light heavyweight division. And also, he will step to the super heavyweights to challenge the bigger men. John Brzenk comes to the table against Mike Solaris. And it's an easy start for Brzenk. He hammers his countryman. Huge hit, but Vovoda is a wall. Travis Bajan looking exceptional today. It's hammer time for the Russian. The Ukrainian top rolling monster, Taras is a dangerous opponent.
There's some powerhouses out here.
No, not really. Travis Bajan wins with the top roll.
Dude, nuts. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. Yeah!
John Brzenk now, he faces Taras, who's been the surprise package today, the Ukrainian. This guy's a top rolling monster. Watch for the start from Ivakin Taras. Watch for the top roll. On the way he goes, and he breaks it from Brzenk. And Brzenk must be concerned. We go to the strap match. The strap's so important. Taras again, away with a huge hit. He hits to the back of the pad and he's broken open the legend. John Brzenk is in all kinds of trouble here in Poland. Taras shaking with intensity as he tries to finish Brzenk. John Brzenk stands firm at the base, and now the power comes down. The American in the dead wrist. Look at the power. The US athlete is pressing through the Ukrainian. Brzenk drives it's a pin, and John Brzenk has shown why he's the legend. That's the medal. That is John Brzenk at his very, very best.
That is giving me a little bit of like it's gonna pop. That strain I had with Taurus with my arm hanging out like that.
I feel lucky. I feel lucky that I feel this good.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. This is the super heavyweight final. Alexei Vovoda, the awesome beast of the East, is here again in Poland. And Travis Bajan, the new world champion from last year, must once again divulge the athlete that he famously took that victory off. For the final of the super heavyweight category at the Zloty Tour Pro World Cup. The young American stands at the pinnacle once again. Bajan upset the world by defeating that man, Alexei Vovoda, the former super heavyweight world champion and flagship arm wrestler of Russia. Travis Bajan must now do it again. He comes to the table confident and composed and ready to fire. There's a lot at stake in this match because Alexei Vovoda wants to get back what he believes is rightfully his. wrist and hand did not move. Vovoda calm, collected, as the straps are applied in the super heavyweight final. Watch for the hit from Brzenk. Watch for the power from Vovoda. Huge attack. Travis goes up the guns, but it's Vovoda that stops it. The wrist and hand power of the Russian are plain to see, and it's Vovoda with the win in the super heavyweight final. And he shouts a huge, huge message to everybody in the room. And it's a dominant performance by the huge Russian, Alexei Vovoda. Looks like he's come to do business here today.
What's that? I want to ask you, how do you feel? I feel terrible. Damn. Felt like I was, yeah. You know, you better be able to take that loss because it's coming. It's right around the corner. It'll bite your ass quick. But you just gotta accept it. You know, it's gonna happen. You don't want it to happen. You know, it's horrible, but it's a part of the sport.
Самая тяжелая схватка в твоей жизни.
Наверное, сегодня было, скажи. Не знаю. Таких особых сильных не было.
How do you find Alexei today?
Well, that's yet to be determined.
Yeah.
Decide.
He beat Travis.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
No. He's definitely up today, so I'll have my work cut out.
So maybe, yeah.
This is the final of the overall class, the legendary John Brzenk, a man who very, very rarely has any competition, but today faces the new man, the super heavyweight Alexei Vovoda from the dominant nation, Russia. They have never met before. A familiar situation for the legendary John Brzenk. His name was made by doing just this, beating the bigger man. Alexei Vovoda outweighed him by 17 pounds of solid muscle, but that's never been an issue from the man from Salt Lake City, Utah. John Brzenk is a mythical slayer of monsters, and today he looks to do it once again in the Zloty Tour. What will be the outcome here today? And Alexei Vovoda stands at the foot of a mountain that everybody wants to climb. Brzenk has a huge task. His arm is damaged, but his pride, his spirit and his power remain intact. Look for the impossible as always from the incredible John Brzenk.
Ready, go!
It's Brzenk with the top roll attack. Vovoda looked like he was taking the match, but once again the legendary Brzenk found something from the bag of tricks, pulls out a different technique, and he makes the bigger man think and makes him work. We go into the straps. The power from Alexei Vovoda being so evident throughout today. The bigger Russian athlete will look to command early. Watch for the start from John. Can he set the hook? John Brzenk tense before the start. Watch for the drive from the man from USA. Brzenk has been beaten in the Zloty Tour, and what must be going through the mind of John Brzenk as he looks toward the new champion of professional arm wrestling, the giant, intimidating figure of Alexei Vovoda. The Russian athlete is now the supreme champion of arm wrestling.
Man, oh man. When is enough enough? At 40, should this defeat me in the end? Believe me, I don't like to lose. But this time, for this moment, I feel young again, like I have something to look forward to.
Now that's over.
шепчешь тишине, мы плывем в волшебном сне за своей звездой. Красивый вечер, вино в бокалах, восток и сладости, кишмиш.